Good day and welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Thank you for joining me today. Much appreciated. Thank you. Yesterday, we finished up this current series, our most recent series of posts, where we've been looking at what I call deactivating the victim role and how we can deactivate that part of ourselves that sometimes gets locked into victimization and gets stuck there. So we're looking at freeing ourselves in our lives from this victim identity. We've begun to experiment together with and experience through a sequence of skills building exercises these past several posts that while we certainly cannot control what happens to us in the outer world, we cannot always control that. Sometimes we can, but not always. You know, what we can do is we can employ effective coping strategies that move us from feeling like we've been victimized, feeling like we've been done to, and we can move from that state of mind into our being able to grieve and then accept and then move on with resilience and renewed ambition. That's really the aim, to not get stuck in that victim role, but to be able to grieve as necessary, accept what's happened, and then with renewed fervor, move forward. To bounce up and to bounce back, that's resilience. For today, in summary, what I'd like to do is have you review the new skills that we've been practicing in these recent posts. So on a blank sheet of paper, right at the top, please, deactivating the victim. And I put victim in quotation marks because I'm wanting to make a distinction here between the victim role or victim identity, which is a place that we can get stuck that actually keeps us imprisoned. And I wanted to separate that from actually our having been victims or being victimized by abuses and neglects and abandonments in our lives. I'm not meaning to minimize those experiences. What I wanted to do is to maximize or leverage what we can do to get out of getting stuck in basically a constant feedback loop of having been done to, having been wronged, having been victimized. So at the top of your sheet of paper, deactivating the victim, victim is in quotes. And then underneath that on the left side of your paper, write these 5 strategies. The first one is this: recognize requirements when distressed. Recognize requirements when distressed. Number 2, convert requirements to preferences. Number 3, practice mindfulness, whether distressed or not. That's key. Number 4, identify negative storylines. And finally, number 5, identify fixer strategies. Now, if any of these strike you as new or you feel rusty, you're welcome to go back and review previous posts because we've gone into depth with every one of these strategies. The goal this week is for you to do a nightly inventory at the end of the day, just how well you did with each of these 5 deactivating the victim strategies that we just named. All 5 of them are ways of gaining traction and minimizing the impact of this victim role in our lives. I'd like to ask you to journal what worked for you that day and what didn't, and why you think it did or didn't. And then at the end of the week, I'd like you to sum up all instances, excuse me, of your successfully implementing these various strategies. Summarize those in a paragraph. And then rinse and repeat. We've talked about this from the beginning here at your Vitality Project. Practice really does make perfect. And what we're doing here is moving quite intentionally toward creating a new and more resilient you and me. That's what we're doing. I want to thank you for joining me once again. Good luck with this exercise this week. I'll be back tomorrow. Come back and join me again, and we'll be picking up on a new unit as we move forward with new materials that will help us live more robust lives of genuine vitality. Please stay safe, be well, and I'll see you again soon.